My name is Kylie, and this happened when I was 16. At the time, I had two bullies, Alger and AJ. They made my life a living nightmare. I wanted to tell my mom about them, but knowing her, she'd probably just scold me or smack me with a slipper for complaining. So I kept it to myself. I dreaded walking to school, not because I hated the walk, but because of what waited for me at the bridge. Every morning, AJ and Alger would corner me there. They'd take my lunch money, shove me around, and threaten me. "If you tell anyone," AJ would growl, "we'll make you regret it." One day, like clockwork, they stopped me on the bridge, took my money, and spewed their usual threats. But something in me snapped. As they turned to leave, I shouted after them, "Screw this. I'm telling the teachers." AJ spun around, fury in his eyes. Before I could react, he kicked me in the stomach, hard. I stumbled back, my vision blurring, and everything went black. When I woke up, it was dark. The stars were out, and the bridge was eerily silent. I'd been lying there for hours, and AJ and Alger were gone. My head throbbed, and I felt weak, but I managed to stagger home. I didn't dare tell my mom what had happened. The next morning, I woke up relieved. It was Saturday. No school, no bridge, no AJ and Alger. I was still nursing a headache when there was a knock at the door. I opened it, and there they were, AJ and Alger. Something was off. They reeked like rotten meat left out in the sun. The stench was so overpowering I nearly gagged. AJ spoke, his voice cold and flat. "Come with us. We'll make it up to you. We'll treat you to something nice." I was starving, and against my better judgment, I followed them. I thought we were going to a restaurant, but instead, they led me back to the bridge. They stood there, blocking my path, staring at me with wild, unblinking eyes. Their skin looked pale, almost gray, and the stench was unbearable. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I turned to the side of the bridge to vomit. That's when I saw it. Down below, tangled in the rocks at the base of the bridge, were their bodies. AJ and Alger, lifeless, with their necks grotesquely twisted. My breath caught in my throat as the memories from the day before came flooding back. AJ hadn't kicked me out of rage. He'd kicked me because I had pushed them. I remembered the moment I lashed out, shoving them both. AJ's foot caught me as he fell, and I hit my head on the edge of the bridge, blacking out. I turned back to the figures in front of me, shaking with fear. Their lips twisted into unnatural smiles as they began snapping their own necks, the sound of cracking bone filling the air. Then they lunged at me. I screamed and fell backward. When I opened my eyes, they were gone. The smell had vanished too, leaving behind an eerie silence. But their bodies, down below in the rocks, they were still there. They'll always be there. And every time I pass that bridge, the stench reminds me that some things never leave you.